I wanted to give you a closer look at these KINGGERI roof rack crossbars that were gifted to me to try out. These are really high quality, really heavy duty crossbars. I'll show you step by step how I installed them, and I'll show you some of my favorite features. But here's a look at the crossbars fully installed on our vehicle. We have the 2024 Kia Telluride S, and our vehicle has the flush side rails. These wouldn't be compatible with Tellurides that had the raised side rails, but they feel really good. They're really sturdy. These can hold up to 330 pounds, and they've got a really cool aerodynamic design. You can see how they're kind of slanted there at a 45-degree angle. And here's another view of that. The slope goes down towards the back of the vehicle to help with wind noise. And then another really cool thing about these is that they have a rubber strip on top. Same thing, they have that 45-degree angle on there to help with wind noise as well. It like disrupts the airflow, and it's really cool. It really works. Here's a look at one of the bases that attaches to the rail. It's all metal. Everything that is load bearing is like really good quality, heavy duty metal. Even this clip part here, which makes it very secure. And you can see here how it's angled. One side is much thicker than the other. So when you're putting it together, you just need to make sure you have those oriented correctly. And then each of the bases has a lock on it. So this plate comes off. The plate here is plastic, but it's good quality plastic. And the set comes with 2 keys as well. And all of the parts are labeled quite clearly. I like that it's ingrained in the metal there, so you don't have to worry about like a sticker falling off. Here's another look at the rail. You can see it's got kind of a curved design to it, again, to help with the wind noise. Really nice and sleek too. The black color is really nice. And then here's another closer look at that rubber strip. Here's how everything came packaged. It's nice. There's not too many pieces to put together, so assembly was really easy. You've got your 2 crossbars there, 4 bases total. Everything's labeled left and right. And then you've got your hardware. It comes with an Allen key, a little hex key there, and then 2 sets of keys, which is nice, so you can separate them. So if you lose one, you still have access to the other. It's not too many steps. Here's a look at the instruction. It's just 2 pages there, including some tips. The rubber that's on the roof rack does come out. When I got my box, one of these pieces was out, but it's super easy to put back in. It's got little grooves there, so you just line it up, push it down so that the grooves go into that little opening there, and then they slide back in. So for installation, I went a tad out of order. I found it easier just to do everything up front. I went ahead and I took all of the plates off of the bases, and then you want to loosen these nuts here, but you want to make sure that they don't fall all the way off. You just want to loosen them enough that there's wiggle room on the base. They came already pre-loosened, so I didn't need to use that hex key, but that's available if you need it. The next thing I did was just lay out which bases go where. So I lined up the left ones on the left side and the right ones on the right side. The next thing you're going to do is take these screws and attach the bases to the bars. Each one of the bars has 1 screw hole. The kit comes with 5 total, so you do have 1 extra spare part if you need it. But they just slide right on. And then the Allen key that is provided is what you'll use to tighten these screws up. Make sure not to tighten them all the way, because you do want to have some room to adjust the width when you're putting it on top of the SUV. But yeah, you'll go all the way around, do the same thing on the right side, just slide the bases on. It's okay if some of that rubber sticks out like it did there. It slides back in. You can reline it up when you're done. And then again, just tighten these down a little bit, not all the way, with your Allen key. And then after that, we are ready to go put these on top of the vehicle. And again, just take note of the labels. They're labeled left and right, and then each of the bars has a label on the underside with arrows that point toward the front of the vehicle. So you'll just line them up that way. And the front and back rails are slightly different in size, so just take note of that as well. So you just want to kind of wiggle it down here. You can see that metal clamp just goes over the rail there, and it's really secure. Here's me lining up the one on the back. Again, that angle is kind of going down the closer you get to the back of the vehicle. But yeah, once you have everything all lined up, you'll just start clamping your bases onto the rail. Just put some gentle pressure and wiggle it down a little bit and you'll feel it clamp into place. Once you have all of your crossbars lined up and your bases secured to the rail, you will tighten everything up. You use this hex key here to tighten these nuts down, and that's what's going to really secure the clamp onto the rail. Once these are all screwed in place, these crossbars are not going anywhere. Next, you're going to use the keys to reattach the anti-theft plates. You can see etched in there, it says left and right, so you know which plates go where. And you will need to have the key pre-inserted or it won't fit. So right here, you can kind of see that it's not going to slide in there unless you have the key already inserted, and you're going to want it in the horizontal position. And then it will slide right into place and you can lock it down. Throughout the installation process, I was giving these some pretty substantial tugs, and even before I had all of the steps completed, they were already feeling really secure. The last step is just to take the Allen key and tighten those first screws that we left loose, and those just allowed for us to adjust the width a little bit, but once those are tightened, you are done and good to go. Overall, I'm really happy with these. The installation was really easy. You could see I was able to do that pretty much one-handed while recording with my phone, and they look really good. I love how they have the rubber strips here. I think that's a really unique feature. I've been driving around with these on for a couple days now, and I have not noticed any wind noise at all. So yeah, overall, really, really happy with these. They are very heavy duty. Here's another look at how secure it is attached to the rail there. And I think they look really good on our Telluride.